So far we learned linear equations, simultaneous equations and quadratic equations and how to solve all these types of equations. So now polynomials. What are polynomials? Polynomials are series of terms joined together. So we are joining a number of terms together to form a polynomial. So what is an algebraic term? For example, 3x square is an algebraic term. So we are joining these terms together, then we are getting a polynomial. See, for example, 3x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 2 is a polynomial. So this is a polynomial with 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So terms are segregated by this plus sign. So they are segregated by either addition or subtraction, but basically it is addition. So addition plus sign, we are segregating each term by a plus sign. So this is a polynomial. And each term in a polynomial, each term have a number part and a variable part. So 3 is the number part here and x is the variable part. So every term is having a number part and a variable part. So here 3 is the number part, x cube is the variable part, here 2 is the number part, x square is the variable part, here x, but actually the coefficient is 1. 1 is the number part. The number part is called coefficient. So 1 is the number part or coefficient and x is the variable part. Here see, here we are having only the number part, but there is a variable part. The variable part is x raised to 0. And you know that any value raised to 0 is equal to 1. So it is implied here, is equal to 1. So every term in a polynomial have a number part and a variable part, and the number part is known as the coefficient. And the degree of a term, for example 3x cube is a term. So the degree of this term is this power of the variable part. So here in this case 3x cube, the degree of this term is 3. Here the degree of the term is 2. Here the degree of the term is 1. Here the degree of the term is 0. Because here it is x raised to 0. So very simple. What are polynomials? Polynomials are series of terms combined together or joined together by addition. Basically addition. Now, you know what is the degree of a term. Now we move to degree of a polynomial. So question may be there, what is the degree of a polynomial? So a degree of a polynomial is the highest power of variable in that polynomial. So if you have a polynomial with a number of terms, you will have to identify that variable with the highest power, and that highest power is the degree of that polynomial. For example, we are taking 5x raised to 6 plus 4x raised to 5 plus 3x raised to 4 plus 2x cube plus x square plus x plus 2. This is a polynomial with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms. And what is the degree of this polynomial? Very simple, 6, because 6 is the highest power attributed to the term. The highest power for this particular term is 6. So 6 is the degree of this particular polynomial. And polynomials are arranged based on highest degree to lowest degree. That is the usual method of representing polynomials. So first of all, we start with the highest degree. So the next highest, like this. The polynomials are arranged. Then polynomials can also be classified based on its degree. If the degree of the polynomial is 1, for example 2x, so the degree of this polynomial is x raised to 1. So if the degree of a polynomial is 1, it is a linear polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, it is a quadratic polynomial. You know that in quadratic equation, what is the definition you given for quadratic equation? A second degree polynomial equated to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. So the highest degree is, highest power is 2, or the degree of that particular polynomial is 2. So it is a second degree polynomial. So it's called quadratic, and if the degree is 3, it is cubic and so on. So that is the classification based on degree of polynomial. We classified them into linear, quadratic, cubic and so on. Now, algebraic operations in polynomials. So how to find the sum and differences of two polynomials. So very simple. In polynomials, you can do addition and subtraction by simplifying, by combining like terms. Like terms, combine like terms. So what are like terms? Like terms are the terms with the same degree. For example, 3x square, 4x square. These are like terms because the power of the variable part is the same. So if the power of the variable part are same, we can say that terms are like terms. For example, x square, x cube. These are not like terms because their power are different. So in order to identify the like terms, very simple, you just see what is the power of that term. If the power of that term is equal, we can say these two terms are like terms. They can group together. They can combine together. So 2x square plus 4, 2x square and 4x square, they are like terms. Why? Because their power is 2. So you can combine them. You can combine by adding its coefficients 2 and 4. So 2 plus 4 is equal to 6, 6x square. So 2x square plus 4x square is equal to 6x square. So combining can be done only if the terms are like terms. Likely, this is the method that you are usually adopting in addition and subtraction. So, sum and difference of two polynomials can be calculated by grouping their like terms and by adding or subtracting. If it is addition, you add the terms. If it is subtraction, you should subtract the coefficients concerned. For example, first polynomial we written as p of x, polynomial x, p of x is equal to 3x cube, single plus is like so plus x plus 2. And another polynomial, so here we have another one is that is 3x cube plus one term is missing, and another polynomial is 3x raised to 4 plus 2x cube plus x square plus x plus 2. Find px plus qx and px minus qx. So px plus qx is equal to 3x raised to 4 plus 3x cube plus 2x cube. 3x cube plus 2x cube. These two are like terms. So these like terms can be grouped together. So that is why we written it in a bracket. 3x, but 3x raised to 4 is not there in the first equation. So we are not having any similar terms here or like terms here. So 3x raised to 4, we are writing it separately. Then you are adding this, grouping these two terms with equal power 3, 3x cube plus 2x cube plus another one is here the missing term is 2x square. 2x square plus x square, 2x square plus x square plus x plus x. Here x is there, another x is also here, so x plus x plus the constant, that is 2 plus 2. This is a constant. This is basically known as constant. The number is a constant. So 2 plus 2. So you just add the terms in the bracket. You will get 3x raised to 4 plus 3x cube plus 2x cube is equal to 5x cube plus 3x square plus x is equal to 2x plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So this is the way that you are used for addition or to find the sum of two polynomials. Okay, very simple. Just add the like terms. If it is subtraction, you subtract the like terms. So here, first highest power is 3x raised to 1. There is no power here like terms here, so you are writing it directly. Then this second one is 3x cube. Here 3x cube is there, here 2x cube is there. 3x cube minus 2x cube plus then here you have 2x square is missing. 2x square minus x square plus x minus x plus 2 minus 2. So the value is 3x raised to 4. 3x cube minus 2x cube is equal to 1x cube. That is x cube plus 2x square minus x square is equal to x square. X minus x is equal to 0. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So it is very simple. So here one term is missing. What is the term here? The term here is 2x square. 3x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 2. Okay. So it is very clear, right? How to find the sum and difference of two polynomials. Now, how to find the product of two polynomials? How to multiply two polynomials? So very simple. You use distribution property. Distribution property you know well, because we are applying the same. If we have multiple terms, you are applying distribution property for finding the product and then simplify the polynomial by combining like terms as we have done in sum and difference. For example, if p of x on polynomial p of x is equal to x square minus 2x plus 1 and another polynomial q of x is equal to x plus 3, find p of x into q of x. Multiply first polynomial into second polynomial. So p of x into q of x. So we are putting both in brackets, x square minus 2x plus 1 into x plus 3. So what is the distribution property is stating? Multiply each terms with the second polynomial. So for example, x square into x square into x is equal to x square. Another one is x square into 3. X square into 3 is equal to 3x square. Then another term is 2x. So multiply this term with the two terms. So minus 2x into x minus 2x square. Minus 2x into 3 minus 6x. Then another term is 1. 1 into x is x. 1 into 3 is 3. This is called a distribution property. Distribute first term multiplied with the first term in the second polynomial, second term in the second polynomial, then you take the second term in the first polynomial, multiply with the first term and also with the second term, take the third term, multiply with the first term and multiply with the second term. So you will get this answer, x cube plus 3x square minus 2x square minus 6x plus x plus 3. So here you have like terms. So these 3x square and 2x square are like terms. So like terms can be subtracted. So 3x square minus 2x square is equal to x square minus 6x plus 6x is equal to minus 5x. So the answer is x cube plus x square minus 5x plus. So this is the method used for finding the product of two polynomials. It's very simple. Now come to division. So you know how to divide two numbers. So you consider these two polynomials are simply just like a number and divide it. So that is why I state it as normal division is done just like numbers. Normal division is done just like numbers. So for example, one polynomial probability, the polynomial x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 4 and another polynomial qx is x minus 2. Then divide px with the qx. So you are writing 2x here, x square minus 4x plus 4, just like normal division. Then the qx here, x minus 2. Then here the method being that you take the first variable here, x square. Here the first variable is x. So how much times you will have to multiply this x to obtain x square? To obtain x square, you will have to multiply this x minus 2 with x. So you are multiplying x minus 2 with x and you are writing it in the quotient part. So x minus 2 into x is written here in the quotient part. So x minus 2 into x is equal to x square minus 2x. So I am writing it here, x square minus 2x. So as for normal division, you are taking the difference between these two. So you are here, you are having minus. So this x square and this x square will get cancelled. Minus 4x minus minus 2x plus 2x. So minus 4x plus 2x is equal to minus 2x. And you are writing it down here plus 4. So next item is minus 2x plus 4. Now you take x minus 2 minus 2x. So how can you convert x into minus 2? Multiply this with 2 minus 2. Multiply this with minus 2, then you will get minus 2x. So multiply it with minus 2. So you are writing minus 2 here, minus 2 into x minus 2x, minus 2 into minus 2 plus 4. So you are getting minus 2x plus 4. So minus 2x plus 4. So this is minus, this will get cancelled, this will also get cancelled. Then the remainder is equal to 0. So you do the division just like a number, how you are dividing two numbers. But consider this coefficients. You are equating this with this. So there is a very simple method used for dividing two polynomials. Here the quotient is x minus 2. The answer is x minus 2. And the remainder, there is no remainder. There is no remainder. If there is no remainder for a particular function or a polynomial, we can say gx is a function of px. Gx is a perfect factor of px. Gx is a perfect factor of px, and that is what is known as factor theorem. That is called factor theorem. Just like that, we are having remainder theorem also. If there is remainder, we can say there is remainder theorem. Now the last part is factoring a polynomial. How to factorize a polynomial. So factoring means splitting the middle term, very simple. So if you have a polynomial with a second degree or a quadratic polynomial, you can find its factors by splitting the middle term. So the first condition is that the equation is an equation with the first term coefficient as 1. First term coefficient is 1. For example, x square minus 22x plus 120. So here the coefficient of the first term is 1. So in this case, how to find the factors of this equation or factors of this polynomial? So in this case, this is a quadratic equation because this is a second degree polynomial. We can equate it to 0 also. So you will have to find two numbers whose sum is equal to the middle term, whose sum is equal to middle term. Here in this case it is minus 22 and the product is equal to the constant term, that is last term. So this is applicable only if the coefficient of the first variable is 1. If the coefficient of the first variable is 1, you can split the middle term by finding two numbers whose sum is equal to this middle term and its product is equal to this constant term. So you need to factorize this question. For example, the question is x square minus 22x plus 120. So what is the middle term here? Minus 22. So you will have to find two numbers whose sum is equal to minus 22 and product is equal to 120. So we can say it is minus 10 and minus 12. When you add minus 10 and minus 12, you are getting minus 22. When you multiply minus 10 and minus 12, you will get the product plus 120. So you are easily getting the two numbers that are the factors of this equation. So you can factorize the equation as x minus 10 and x minus 12. Or we can say these are the roots of this quadratic equation. X is equal to 10 and x is equal to 12. That we have done earlier in our quadratic equation. So it's very simple to factorize a polynomial with the first factor with the coefficient as. Another case is factorizing or factoring a polynomial with the coefficient of the first term is greater than 1. The coefficient of the first term is not 1, it is greater than 1. For example, you have an equation like this 6x square minus x minus 2. So here the first term is having a coefficient which is 6, which is greater than. So in this case you will have to use another method. So this is in the form of an equation ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square, a is the coefficient of the first term, b is the coefficient of the second term, and c is the coefficient of constant, we can say. So here, if the equation is like this, here you will have to find two values, and we can label it as L and M. So if the equation is an equation just like this with the first term with a coefficient greater than 1, you will have to find two values L and M, and L is equal to B. L is equal to B and M is equal to A into C. L is equal to this middle term B and M is equal to A into C. X. So here in this equation, 6x square minus x minus 2, A is equal to 6, B is equal to minus 1 and C is equal to minus 2. Then what is L? L is equal to B, L is equal to minus 1. What is M? M is equal to A, C, A into C, 6 into 1, minus 2, that is minus 1. So L is equal to minus 1 and M is equal to minus 2. Then now we are going to split the middle term. So for splitting the middle term, find two numbers whose sum is 1 and product is minus 2. So here we are starting splitting. So you will have to find two numbers whose sum is minus 1 and the product is minus 2. So easily you can identify the number as minus 4 and 3. So when you add minus 4 and 3, you will get minus 1 as the sum. When you multiply minus 4 and 3, you are getting the product as minus 2. So we can write it as 6x square. We are splitting the middle term. 6x square. This minus x is written as minus 4x plus 3x. These two terms. Minus 4x plus 3x, that is equal to minus x. Minus 2. Okay. So we split the middle term as minus 4x plus 3x. Then from these first two terms, 6x square minus 4x, you can take 2x outside. So we are taking 2x outside. So when you take 2x outside, the remaining values are here 3x minus 2 plus this 3x minus 2. So now 3x minus 2 is common. Then take 3x minus 2 outside. And you know, this coefficient here is 1. The coefficient here is 1. So we are taking 3x minus 2 common. Then here it is equal to 2x plus this 1. 2x plus 1. 3x minus 2 and 2x plus 1 are the factors of the equation. So this question may be asked in your examination to factor a polynomial. So first of all, you remember that if the coefficient is 1, you can directly split the middle term. If the coefficient is not equal to 1, you will have to find L and M. L is equal to B and M is equal to S. Then find two numbers whose product is equal to L, whose sum is equal to L and the product is equal to. Now you choose your homework. So first two homeworks are given for division of polynomial. You just practice it, and last three questions are factorizing. And these two questions, the first two questions are there in your exercise, and these two questions are also there in the illustration, and this is given in your practical problem. Okay, thank you.